Hi folks, and welcome to another Friday. Yes, it's Friday, December 10th, 2021, and this is Cord Cutting Weekly, the show where we wrap up the past week in cord cutting and streaming news. And this week we've got a wide variety of topics to discuss, including Roku and Google finally coming to an agreement, more NextGen TV stations coming online, and more. But first, naturally, if you haven't done so already, please do take a second to consider clicking on those like and subscribe buttons down below. Those really do help us out a ton, and they're a great way to support our channel. And as always, for anyone that's just joining us for the first time this week, welcome. And just a quick note, for all of the stories we're about to discuss here, you'll find links to those stories included down below in the video description, and those links will bring you on over to our news website, cordcuttersnews.com, where you can stay up to date on all things streaming 24/7. And now with all of that laid out, let's dive straight into the news, starting with a new agreement between Roku and Google. First up this week, it's an update on the ongoing dispute between Roku and Google. With a day left in the current distribution agreement, the two sides managed to agree on a new multi-year extension. The new deal means both YouTube and YouTube TV will remain on Roku's platform. Of course, we've been following this ongoing story for some time now as Roku and Google traded words about the particulars of a potential deal. Back in April, YouTube TV was removed from the Roku store, and Roku claimed that Google had wanted to skew search results in its favor. In its response, Google called those claims baseless. Following the removal of the live TV streaming service app, Roku also threatened to remove the regular YouTube app, so more than a few eyes were on this week when the current deal between the two sides was set to expire. Now, we don't have exact details just yet regarding the new multi-year deal, including what, if any, concessions either side had to make. However, a Roku spokesperson told Cord Cutters News, quote, "This agreement represents a positive development for our shared customers, making both YouTube and YouTube TV available for all streamers on the Roku platform." So, crisis averted in this case, but we'll continue to keep an eye on any upcoming carriage and distribution renewals. In smart TV news this week, Amazon and Toshiba announced the launch of new flagship models with Fire TV smarts built right in. It's called the M550 series and comes in 55, 65, and 75-inch screen options. The 4K LED-based TVs also include support for Dolby Vision HDR and boast a 120Hz native panel and auto low latency mode for gaming. These new models are starting to roll out now, beginning with that 55-inch model. That particular option starts at $799.99, though you might already find it on sale over on Best Buy and, of course, on Amazon's own site. Meanwhile, the 65-inch model carries a list price of $999.99, with a 75-incher ringing in at $1199.99. Though again, keep an eye out for those deals. So if you're looking for a new TV and want support for Amazon Fire OS platform, you've got a few more options incoming. And while we're on the subject of Fire TV, Amazon's starting to roll out some new features. Specifically, those new features include a smart home dashboard, which will display any smart lights, smart plugs, or any other smart home gear you've got connected. And a new Alexa shortcut panel will also get you quicker access to things like the weather, news, and your own video library. You'll also be able to connect Echo speakers wirelessly for Dolby Atmos audio. Of course, you'll find out more details in our full post link down below in the video description. And in case you're curious, these new Fire TV features are first rolling out to the Fire TV Stick 4K Max, the Fire TV Omni Series, and Fire TV 4 Series TVs. And if and when you do start seeing these new options, feel free to give them a shot and let us know what you think so far in the comments section down below. And one more item while we're on the topic of Fire TV. This week, we spent some time exploring the current Fire TV streaming device lineup, and that includes the budget 1080p models, the Fire TV Stick and the Fire TV Stick Lite. And it also includes higher-end options like that new Fire TV Stick 4K Max. So if you're maybe shopping for some new streaming gear this holiday season and you're curious about what Amazon's Fire TV streaming device line has to offer, we'd highly recommend checking out our recent video. We hope it helps, and we'll include a link to that video down below in the video description. Moving on, we've got more TV stations launching with ATSC 3.0 support, otherwise known as NextGen TV. This week, several stations in the Houston area made the jump to the new over-the-air standard. That Houston area represents the 8th largest TV market in the US, and in all 10 stations have now joined the ATSC 3.0 party. Those stations include local options owned by ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, and others. Naturally, you can check out the full list in our post linked down below in the video description, but if you happen to be in the Houston area and you're able to tune in to the new ATSC 3.0 broadcast, feel free to sound off in the comment section down below about your experiences so far. Overall, NextGen TV is expected to reach roughly 45% of US TV households by year's end, and this latest launch in Houston gets them a little bit closer to hitting that mark. In free streaming news, we've got another new platform to discuss. This one is called Globi, and the free streaming service launched this week. The new platform focuses on foreign films and TV shows, and the service boasts more than 500 hours of content at launch. In all, Globi offers curated content hailing from more than 20 countries from around the world. And if you're curious, the service is currently available on Fire TV, Apple TV, Roku, Samsung Smart TVs, and iOS and Android mobile devices. And yes, I'm going to invite anyone out there who checks it out to share what you think of the current content selection in the comment section down below. Next up, we've got a report from Variety that suggests Disney might be moving away from the FX on Hulu branding it first mentioned back in 2019. The idea at the time was to emphasize the streaming service as an online hub for FX content here in the US. Nowadays, though, the branding exercise is seen by some as a bit redundant and unnecessary. And Disney is looking to leverage the FX mark for its platforms worldwide, including Star Plus in Latin America and Disney Plus in other territories. So ending the FX on Hulu branding should help reduce confusion overall. In any case, you can read more about the move in our full post link down below. Last but not least, we've got a new way to watch content on Paramount Plus. This week, the streaming service launched 24/7 streams of curated shows and movies, giving subscribers a traditional TV-style way to enjoy content. Viacom CBS is calling this new feature Paramount Plus Live Channels, and this initial lineup includes a variety of shows and movies in several genres. There's a 24/7 Laughs channel for comedy fans. Crime drama buffs can enjoy the Crime and Justice channel, which includes shows like Blue Bloods and CSI Miami. There are also dedicated options for Star Trek, Survivor, and SpongeBob SquarePants on offer via these new live channels. And if any of that sounds a little like, I don't know, Pluto TV, there's a reason for that. In fact, Viacom CBS execs describe this new effort as being inspired by and informed by the company's free streaming platform, Pluto TV. So if you're a Paramount Plus user out there and you're looking for some traditional channel surfing, you've got new options at your fingertips. And of course, feel free to let us know what you think so far of Paramount Plus live channels in the comment section down below. And so there you go. Those were some of the top stories from the past week. And as we usually say at this point, thank you all for watching. Again, please do consider clicking on those like and subscribe buttons down below. They are a tremendous help to our channel, and they help signal to YouTube that it should maybe continue recommending our content to more and more viewers, which in turn helps us expand our community of cord cutters and streamers. For now, though, I thank you all again for tuning in this week. My name is Philip Palermo, and I hope you all have a safe and enjoyable weekend. We'll see you next time. Take care.